And welcome to this December full moon tapping, our final session of 2023, and a great time for you to do a final check-in, release any stagnant energy, any old stuff that is lingering around from this year that you don't want to bring with you into 2023, into 2024. This session is for you. And I know many of you are with your families, or you have just been with your families. It has been a busy time of year, and I know for myself, I'm feeling just full of love, full of yummy food, full of blessings and just joyful experiences. And it's an amazing opportunity at being the full moon right after Christmas, because it gives us the time to pause and feel that fullness, feel the appreciation for all that is, and reflect before we get going into the new year. So next year's energy is going to be quite fast. It's going to move quickly. Momentum, acceleration are some of the themes that we will see next year. And I heard one of my friends explain it as, right now it's the time to prepare like you would prepare for a marathon. Because next year is going to move quickly. Right now is the time to really nurture ourselves, to rest, to eat, to sleep before things really get going. And I don't know about you, but I am definitely feeling that this week. I'm feeling that today. Just my body is just like so ready to rest, relax, and prepare before we start 2024 together next week. So I am so excited to tap with you today. I've got a few different affirmations for you. But as always, I'd love to hear how you're feeling on this full moon right after Christmas. What a special time to come together in this space. How are you feeling? One of the things the full moon will bring out is sometimes our shadow. And what that means is sometimes the full moon will amplify big emotions. And big emotions can mean many things. It can mean big, beautiful emotions. It can mean triggering emotions. And I know this time of year can bring up all sorts of stuff. So anything that's coming up for you, feel free to leave it here today. We're going to tap together through it. As you know, if you're in my world, we release and receive together. And I'm so excited to dive in. Hi, everyone. Hi, Bridget. Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much for saying hi. Hi, Raylyn. You're excited to be here. Awesome. Yeah, so let me know how you guys are feeling on this full moon, our last one of 2023. And how was 2023 for you? Yeah, this is a really great time to do some journaling. Like, how was this year for me? And if you had a word for the year, it's an opportunity to check back in. Like, what was my word for 2023? How did that word impact my life? What did I learn about it? What has changed in me because of choosing that word? So these are just some journal prompts you can use afterwards. We will incorporate it all together today in this full moon tapping. All right, when I was preparing, the intuitive message for me was to really start with the body. As you know, tapping is a somatic tool, so today we're really going to tune in, tap into the body, and let that guide us through our session. So as long as you're not driving and you're in a safe place to do so, I invite you to close your eyes, get comfy. I thought I'd sit by the tree because it's all sparkly. And close your eyes, get comfy, roll your shoulders open, opening up your heart and chest. And begin by connecting to your breath tonight. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Letting your body relax. Again, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just setting aside anything you were doing before this, anything you'll go to after this. Really creating a space just for you to tune into yourself tonight. To ask yourself how you're doing and how are you really. As you take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to set the intention together tonight that this tapping practice allows you to release anything from this year that you are ready to say goodbye to. Anything from this year that has served you at one point in time, but you're ready to let go of. We're going to set the intention that this session tonight is going to clear you emotionally, clear your body, mind, and soul, and set you up for incredible success, love, adventure, magnetism, magic, all the good things in 2024. And really give yourself permission tonight that it's okay to go slow, it's okay to relax, there's no rush. You have all the time you need to sift and sort through whatever you need to let go of from this year as you get ready for 2024. All right, let's dive in. So if you've never tapped with me before, it's like a game of Simon Says. We're going to tap on the side of the hand and you're going to repeat after me and say, as I settle in to this last full moon of the year, I give my body permission to relax as I reflect on an incredible year that it's been. Even though the year is coming to a close, I am proud of how far I've come. I acknowledge there's still some things that I'm working through. But I give myself permission tonight to release and let go. Good job. And say, even though there's still some things that I'm holding on to, this is the perfect time for me to start letting them go as I get ready for the year ahead. Good job. Let's go to the top of the head and say, wow, it's been a big year. Eyebrow point. I did things I didn't know I could do. Side of the eye. I'm proud of the growth I have experienced. Underneath the eye. For me, 2023, underneath the nose, brought all sorts of things. Underneath the mouth, it brought unexpected blessings. Collarbone point, it brought sudden changes. Underneath the arms, it brought unexpected challenges. Underneath the chest, and it pushed me. Tapping on the wrists. Landing at the end of the year. Top of the head, I give myself permission to pause. Eyebrow point, to pause and check in with how I feel. Side of the eye, and what I need to release before I receive. All right, so you can stop tapping and take a deep breath. And just really giving yourself a moment to acknowledge, like, wow, 2023 was a big year. There was unexpected blessings, there was unexpected changes, there was unexpected challenges. You grew this year. You navigated things you didn't know you would have to. You expanded into a new version of yourself. And before we jump into this next season, this next year, what needs to go? And I would love for you, if you want to, share in the comments, what are you releasing before you step into 2024? What needs to go and what gets to stay? So identifying that for yourself right now, if you want to, you can close your eyes and just ask yourself, before I step into 2024, what is it that I need to let go of? What is it that I am ready to release today? And maybe it's an old thought pattern. Maybe it's the need to control the outcome. Maybe it's an old fear. Maybe it's an old habit. But the full moon illuminates things in us. It's like shining a flashlight on the things that get to stay and the things that need to go. And so I always I'm like, hey, full moon, do your thing. Like, show me what needs to go. And I was thinking about that today, like what needs to go for me. And it's just these little subtle thoughts, these old thought patterns that I have around oh, you're good, but you're not great. Like, you're gonna get here, but not there. And so really paying attention tonight, what am I releasing tonight? What needs to leave? What do I need to let go of in 2023 before I step into 2024? So feel free to share it in the comments. If you don't feel comfortable, that's totally fine. But I always love when everyone participates. Okay. Now I want you to take a moment to check in with your body. So before we do this next round, I invite you to close your eyes and tune in to where in your body are you holding on to any old energy, any worry, any anxiety, any frustration. Is there anywhere in your body that you are holding on to old stuff, old fears, anxiety? Where is that in your body? And how high is it on a scale of 0 to 10? So sometimes our mind's I don't think I have anything to let go of, but maybe when you tune into your body, you're like, whoa, yeah, I have this tightness in my stomach, or I have this fear that things aren't going to work out, and I feel it in my chest. So really important next step, how is the body doing? Where in your body do you need to release and let go? Oh, thank you for these comments. Letting go of the feeling that I'm not good enough. Yes, time for that to release. Okay. And where am I holding on to that feeling in my body? So I'd ask yourself that question, this feeling that I'm not good enough. Releasing the pressure to serve people in a way that's not authentic to me. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so where are you holding on to the pressure to serve people in a way that's not authentic to you? Where do you feel that in your body? Raylan says the subtle thoughts, yes, and the fear of expressing my truth and love and clarity. Okay, so fear of expressing my truth, where do I feel that in my body? I'm guessing maybe throat, chest area, and it bounces between my stomach and chest. It's a 9, it's tight, it feels tense and uneasy. Okay, releasing procrastination. Oh, these are all so relatable. Thank you for sharing. I think a good word for me is I'm going to release the pressure to perform at a high level all the time. That's mine. I set really high standards for myself, and then my body reminds me you're a human being, not a human doing. You don't have to be next level 24/7. It's okay. And I feel the pressure in my chest. So that would be my example. And if I was to guess at how high that pressure is, it's probably an 8. So the reason why we do this is so we can see the improvements after we do a round of tapping, if that number goes up or down. Releasing self-doubt, grief hanging around my throat. Thank you. These are so helpful. So let's dive in and tap on this together. Taking another deep breath, diving in again, tapping on the side of the hand, and say, even though I've been holding on to these feelings in my body, I love and accept myself anyway. And I'm ready to let them go. Even though I've been holding on to this feeling in my body. I can feel it in my, and I want you to fill in the blank. Where do you feel it in your body? In my chest, in my stomach, in my jaw, in my head. And I'm ready to start letting it go. Even though I have been feeling, and I want you to fill in the blank. Not good enough, pressure, fill in the blank, whatever it is for you. I love and accept myself anyway. And I'm ready to let this go. Good job. Let's go to the top of the head and say, this feeling I've been holding on to. Eyebrow point, this habit that I have. Side of the eye, it's been holding me back. Underneath the eye, this feeling that I'm not good enough. Underneath the nose, this pressure to serve other people. Underneath the mouth, this fear of expressing my truth. Collarbone point, this habit of putting things off or procrastinating. Underneath the arms, this feeling of self-doubt. Underneath the chest, I am letting it all go. Wrist point, I give myself permission to release it tonight. Top of the head, a new layer of healing is available to me. Eyebrow point, I declare that I'm releasing it now. Side of the eye, I give myself permission to let it go. All right, so take a nice deep breath. You can stop tapping. So when you say that to yourself, I give myself permission to let this go, and I am accessing a deeper level of healing tonight. And this is why this practice is so important to me, because tapping is a practice. And when we do it, like on the full moon and new moon, like many of you have been doing with me here, each time you do it, a new level of healing occurs. So it's not like you're going to tap once and be like, oh, I never have the fear that I'm not good enough ever again. It's like, no, each time I do it, I feel a little bit stronger in myself. I feel a little bit more confident in myself. I feel I'm a little bit more aware of the thoughts that I'm thinking, of the feelings that I'm having. And that's where your power is. That's where you start to really realize, wow, I am changing. I am growing. I have experienced a shift. So go ahead and close your eyes now and tune back into that feeling that you were holding on to. Where was it in your body? And how high is it now on a scale of 0 to 10? So for me, before I was feeling pressure to perform at a really high level, like all the time, and it was an 8. For me, now it feels more like a 4, and it's still in my chest a little bit. So same goes for you, whether you're feeling self-doubt, grief, procrastination, having a hard time speaking your truth, pressure to serve other people, feeling you're not good enough. What number would you give it now? And has that shifted from your body? So depending where your number is at in tapping, that's the language that we use will start to change. So the first round of tapping is always venting. It's getting out how you're feeling, just saying it like with no filter, just expressing your truth. The second round of tapping is where we start to release and let go. Give myself permission to move past this. I give myself permission to release this now. The third round of tapping is where we get into affirmations. And on the full moon in particular, I always like to use the sentence, by releasing this, fill in the blank. So for me, by releasing this pressure, I am making room for what? Fill in the blank. So by releasing this pressure to perform at a high level, I am making room for the more magical side of me to lead the way. I'm making room for the feminine part of me to come up with the good ideas. I'm making room for my intuition to show me what to do and when, versus me just pushing and forcing myself to make moves. So that statement you can write down, by releasing blank, I am making room for blank. Really powerful declaration, affirmation statement for the full moon. Raylan says, it shifted to my chest only. It's more of a pinch, and it's a 3 or 4. Awesome. So your number went from a 9 to a 3 or a 4, Raylan. That's awesome. Okay, well, we have one more round to do together, and feel free to share your affirmations below. A few that I wrote down for this full moon, and I'll just read them while you guys might be sharing your numbers or your affirmations. My first affirmation was, I am sitting in the fullness and appreciation for all that my life is. So that's one affirmation I'm using tonight. I am sitting in the fullness and appreciation for all that my life is. I am giving my body space to rest before we get going. I am preparing for a powerful year ahead, and I take the time I need to prepare. Like I mentioned at the beginning, 2024 is a year of momentum and acceleration. This time is like preparing for a marathon. You need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to rest, you need to get all your things in order to make sure you are ready for the year ahead. And then the last affirmation is, I can manifest the life I desire through energy and action. So there's going to be a lot of energy and action next year, but we just haven't quite clicked into that yet. So really just prepping for it today. By releasing the pressure to serve, I am making room for the magic of connection and community, Robin. I love that statement. I'm going to read it again. By releasing the pressure to serve, I am making room for the magic of connection and community. There it is. So feel free to share yours below. Before we do our last round, if you loved tonight's tapping, please share it. Share it to your story, send it to a friend, tag them in the video. That would mean the world to me. It would just honestly be the greatest gift if you could share this, because the more people that we have tapping, the better the world feels, in my opinion. So thank you. All right, let's tap again together on the side of the hand. Take a nice deep breath. And say, even though I have had this feeling that I've been holding on to, and in some ways it's been limiting me, I choose to let it go tonight. I choose to set myself free. As I get ready for a big year ahead. Even though this feeling is still there, I choose to let it go now. Because I am making room for so much more. Good job. And say, even though I could feel it in my body, I give my body permission to let it go now. I choose to release the fill in the blank, pressure, fear, procrastination, self-doubt. Because I am making room for more. Top of the head. I thank all of the experiences this year, eyebrow point, that challenged me and changed me. Side of the eye, I thank this emotion for showing up. Underneath the eye, to be my teacher. Underneath the nose, the self-doubt. Underneath the mouth, the procrastination. Collarbone point, the people-pleasing. Underneath the arms, it showed up to be my teacher. Underneath the chest, but I'm ready to get the lesson now. Wrist point, and to move on to the next level of my life. Top of the head, there is a new level awaiting. Eyebrow point, there's a new season starting. Side of the eye, this chapter is closing. Underneath the eye, another one is beginning. Underneath the nose, and I'm ready to step in fully with my power. Underneath the mouth, I'm ready to step in fully with purpose. Collarbone point, and with confidence and clarity now. Last round, underneath the arms. By releasing, I always receive. Underneath the chest, and I am making room for more. Awesome, good job. You can stop tapping. So by releasing, you are making room to receive. And so using that prompt, by releasing blank, I am making room for blank. And I see some of you started to share them here. So Raylan says, by releasing this fear of sharing my heart, I am making room for God to guide me, to say the right things at the right time, noticing the synchronicities for connection with the right experiences. Wow, like that is a powerful statement to make, especially on this full moon. Michelle says, by releasing self-doubt, I am making room to follow my intuition, to be able to grow and reach more moms. That's it, right? It gets to be so simple. By releasing the self-doubt, I'm making room to follow my intuition. And especially as women, our intuition is our superpower. And we were not taught to listen to it. But especially on the full moon, our intuition will speak to us louder than normal. And so really taking this time tonight to listen, I am so grateful, so grateful that you are here and that you did this. So if you are ready for 2024 to be full of the magic that you know it can be, and to harness the momentum and acceleration that is available to us, the 21 Days of Tapping is beginning on January 2nd. I've never done this. I usually do the 21 days like in March, November, but something told me this year, let's start off the year together tapping every day for 21 days. It is $21 for 21 days, and it is one of the most powerful experiences I've ever created with EFT. It's just like this. So we tap every morning at 9 a.m. If you can't make it live, there's a replay. I pick an affirmation a day, and the affirmations are from like 4 different areas of your life. So some are on money, some are on your body and your health, some are on your relationships, and some are around money. And work, that sort of thing, purpose. It is the most activating practice that there is, and for tapping anyway. I just highly recommend it. It's a no-brainer, $21 for 21 days, and I'm seeing many of you are messaging. You love the 21 days, you're pumped for it. It is magic, yes. So if you want to start off the year with me, I invite you to join us there. Yes, I know so many of you are in, thank you. For those of you, even if you're in already, I invite you to share it. If you get 3 friends to join you, you will be gifted a month in my membership starting in February. So we always tap together in the 21 days every day. And then once it's done, you'll get another month of tapping with me. So when you share it with 3 friends and you have them join, you get another month with me. So go share it. You can even gift it to them if you want. Yes, you'd love to do 21 days. The 21 days has been catastrophic to my expansion and growth. Yay! I'm so glad. Well, join us. It's starting next week. I have a feeling it's going to be a really good one. I got some big things planned for next year, so I'll be sharing all of the magic in that space. Thank you for tapping with me tonight. I wanted to comment on this last one for releasing my fear. So by releasing my fear of being visible, I'm making room to show up and share my truth. Yes. And so really claiming that, writing that down tonight. You can tap these statements in that you wrote. And if you loved tonight, please share this live with a friend. That was awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Love you, Kelly. And we will see you back here. If you're not joining us for 21 days, we'll see you back here on the new moon. And if you have any questions about tapping with me or where to begin, just send me a message. I'm your girl. I'm here for you. All right. Happy New Year to you all. Happy full moon. See you next time.